I'm looking at a melody maker. Paperwork says a 61 and that it doesn't work. We can confirm that. Unfortunately, it was also taken apart. It doesn't work by the customer. So I don't know which way this magnet used to be in there. Luckily, these wires are going to be reversible when I'm done, so hopefully that won't matter. We have to take the tape off of this, which tape this old may or may not be reusable when I'm done. Often this stuff is dry rotted and not going to come up very easy. See, it's tearing already. And I'll try again. I see that brought the coil with it. So we have no choice but to just clean this. This tape is completely stuck to itself and the coil. One thing I would like to learn, never really documented, is the knot in the outside or the start of the coil. So let's find out if we can.
Why do they knot it? Just
they could tell which one's supposed to be hot and ground.
Yeah.
But I don't know which, since I've never taken them out of the guitar itself. What I was going to try to do right now is see if this one without a knot goes to the in or outside. I know the coil's not savable, but if I can find that out, it would be useful information. Otherwise, luckily, it's not even attached to a wire anymore, so that's not going to help us either. And that just broke. Luckily, I have this exact kind of wire. I might give them longer leads when I'm done here. See if we can learn anything by this wire. Ah, yes, this one's still attached to a wire. So, where does it go? At least now I know. See, this is going underneath the rest of the coil. So the knot is a start wire, because this wire disappears right there, goes underneath everything. That's good to know. I was just going to clean this thing and get a new coil on it. We cannot reuse this tape, but luckily we have something like it.
And these just have a bar magnet inside of it? That's just how it works?
It used to be in here.
Yeah, right.
When it was a functioning pickup, it was right there like that. Again, I don't know which way was up. Even if you did one of these a year ago, that doesn't mean they're all exactly the same. You can't count on that with some of these companies. So I don't have notes on them. It wouldn't be foolproof if I did try to keep notes. I've seen enough variations.
This looks a little different than the ones that are in their humbuckers.
It's short.
Yeah, it is.
And maybe that is a reason why Gibson started using short magnets and everything, because
standardized.
They wanted this to be, wider than the width of the strings, but not 2.5 inches.
Right.
That's the pole piece on a melody maker, and it would cover the strings with 1/8 of an inch to spare on either side. So and that's a very logical reason why Gibson just went ahead and made all their magnets that size once they started making melody makers, instead of having 2 different magnets around. You definitely don't want to destroy any original parts, but this is durable nylon. It's usually not a problem to reuse it. Yep, no issues reusing this. It's sturdy and reusable. Okay, this is 1/2 inch. Well, 440. And we know that was plain enamel. I'm going to start writing this stuff down. We don't know the magnet orientation, but luckily the wires are reversible if we get the phase wrong. So we're going to set this up on the machine. And it was plain enamel. We have that written down. Tape this here so it will stay put, and we'll bring it over to the coil.
How many turns do you put on these usually?
About 8,000. So let's see what I got over here. 87. I'm just going to fill it up. It probably won't take that much, but we'll leave it at 87. So we'll wind this thing.
So the coil is pretty similar to a Strat.
Actually, yeah. Around, that's what they were going for, as a true single coil sound. They just did it with what they already had, which was a bar mag instead of rods. Let's see if I got tape I need. I want to break our little wire there. That's why I put the 2 pins, because it couldn't rotate and break my little wire. we'll finish with black tape, but this is real electrical tape. I mean, it's pH neutral. It's for this purpose.
I've never heard of tape being pH neutral.
Well, if you put electrical tape is, because it's touching copper, if you put just typical masking tape on there, within 10 years, the copper's...
It's acidic.
Yeah, it's acidic. And within 10 years, the copper's going to be starting to get eaten up, corroding. So I'm stripping this. Get all the tape glue off of this I can. Now I'm going to keep this loose over here.
Just to give it a little bit of slack, just in case.
Yeah, just put that bend in case I pulled on it the tiniest bit. Now we need a tape that's black to finish this with.
Is this electrical tape too, or is it just...
This is not. That's why we didn't put this against the copper.
But it's just a little bit stronger to protect it. And...
What's the right color?
Oh, that's... Okay.
It's a paper tape, but they don't claim it's pH neutral. It is the highest quality we can find in black. You just can't get what Gibson used to use. Okay, let's measure this own reading. Here we go. We got this at 6.96. They're usually about 6.5 to 7, so that's perfect.